Hello, Pacific fans across the globe. It's Victoria. Now, this year has been a deeply meaningful year for VCT Pacific for many reasons. But the major highlight is the clean sweep of all the Masters trophies for Pacific. To start off the year, T1 had a brand new super roster, but even then, everyone around the world doubted them, and they were considered the underdogs going into the first Masters event of the year. In the end, they had a miracle run in taking the Masters Bangkok trophy home. Then there's PaperX. They hold the record for longest consecutive international qualifications. And after 10 global attempts, often coming in really close as runner-up, they finally brought home the trophy for Masters Toronto. On top of that, DRX, in the slimmest of chances, dramatically qualified for champions. And even then, they finished with a top third placement, doubling down that VCT Pacific truly is the best region in the world. Thanks, Yum Yum. So with that, let's take a look into the records of VCT Pacific 2025 made by the world's greatest teams. First up, let's talk team achievements. Now, one team who made the biggest improvement leap this year had to be DFM. Unfortunately, in 2023 and 2024, DFM often finished at the bottom of the table. But things were a little bit different in 2025. This year, their engines were roaring at the start of kickoff. Against all odds, DFM beat arguably one of the strongest teams in Pacific, PaperX, securing a 2-0 victory against the team. DFM ended up in a top 6 finish, the highest placement they've ever achieved in VCT Pacific. After that, DFM started stage 1 with high hopes, but in the end, sadly, they were eliminated without securing a single win. But DFM came back into stage 2 stronger than ever. It was no longer the old DFM. Starting with a win against Zeta, they also took down Talon and Boom, one after the other. They eventually set a monumental record as the first Japanese team to qualify into playoffs. With these kind of huge improvements coming from the Japanese teams, you can't help but be super excited to see what DFM has to offer next year. Next up, we have another team who was always on the brink of success, but was never quite there. But this year, they finally made that leap, and it was RRQ. So during stage 1, RRQ finally made their first Pacific Grand Finals appearance, and not only that, they ended up hoisting the trophy. On top of that, RRQ did it again, reaching stage 2 finals, proving they weren't just a one-hit wonder. This year, RRQ played 14 matches against Korean teams out of their total 24 matches. And now, while they didn't get a single win in kickoff, their win rate surged to a 60% in stage 1 and skyrocketed to a massive 71.4% in stage 2. Especially in stage 2, they faced Korean teams in 7 out of 11 matches. By eliminating Korean teams one by one in playoffs, they started to become known as the Korean Slayers. Now fully established as a top-tier team, RRQ did struggle a bit internationally. But with all that experience gained, I think we can expect them to climb even higher in 2026. It would be a crime to recap this season without mentioning this team. A team that showed a leap beyond a leap. Reclaiming the throne after 477 days, it's the return of the Kings of Pacific, PaperX. PaperX ended the year on a really high note, but at the start, not so much. PaperX, who had never missed a top 3 finish in Pacific history, was eliminated in kickoff with a 1-2 record. We know that PaperX doesn't do many roster changes, but when they do, it tends to be very impactful. And signing Patman was one of them. Joining the team a couple weeks into stage 1 while they were on a losing streak, things immediately started to turn around, their performance started to stabilize, and they ended up with a 3rd place finish in Pacific. Not only that, they qualified to Masters Toronto and ended up winning it all. And riding on that momentum, PaperX finally reclaimed their Pacific throne. Becoming the stage 2 winners wasn't simply just another win. It carried on PaperX's annual tradition of hoisting the trophy. Here's hoping this record stays alive next year and they add more trophies to their collection. Next up are the players who are writing Pacific history from the front lines. Let's move on to the record holders of VCT Pacific. The first category to highlight, of course, is the MVP. It's a title given to the best performing player on the winning team, the person who's the undeniable ultimate carry that secured the most victories in 2025. And if you're a true VCT Pacific fan, you probably already know the answer. It's Pacific's best duelist, RRQ's Jemkin. Out of the 24 matches they played this year, his team won 15 times. And out of those, he claimed the MVP title 8 times. His team often credits him as being the carry machine for RRQ that saves them in every possible moment. And we at Pacific are looking forward to his unstoppable performance in next year. Next up, it's time to look at the leader of operator kills, one of the most exciting stats in the game. Now, when you think of oppers, who do you think of? Texture, Buzz, something? Now, all of them are amazing oppers in their own right, but this year, the throne of the greatest opper has changed. The new king is none other than RRQ's Jemkin. He recorded a massive 141 kills purely with the operator, taking an overwhelming first place. What's even more surprising is that while he had only a combined 36 op kills in kickoff and stage 1, he racked up a whopping 105 op kills in stage 2 alone. His aim is already cracked enough, but now that Jemkin has mastered the operator, how do you even stop this guy? Jemkin, how good can you get? Seriously. Now we're going to check out which players had the most aces. Surprisingly, 4 players tied for first place. It's Texture, Margaret, Jemkin, and Buzz. It's no exaggeration to say the aces these players pulled off created the highlights of Pacific this year. Buzz, who acted as the solid core for T1 during their kickoff runner-up finish and Masters Bangkok win.
그렇게 조용히 하는 에이스가 더 좋은 거야.
Jemkin, the monster duelist who stayed at the top of every stat. Margaret, who truly showed us the potential of an Ascension team. And Texture, who's not gonna let any curse stop him from getting aces. And honestly, I don't think any of us here are ever gonna get sick of watching aces. And I'm really delighted to deliver some good news. At long last, Texture has overcome his ace jinx.
야, 이겨야 돼. 나 에이스 했단 말이야. 야, 좀 한 번 하고 이겨줘라.
It's a well-known Pacific curse since 2023. The jinx where if Texture gets an ace, his team loses the match. Up until Pacific 2025 Stage 1, he was 0 win and 6 losses with a 0% win rate. Sorry to Texture, but it looked like this curse was gonna last a lifetime. But in Stage 2, he finally shattered this long-standing curse. It was Group Stage Week 2, Icebox against GE, down 0-5 in the first half. Texture took down Crystal, who had just been resurrected by Yeoman's Sage, to secure the ace. However, there might be one tiny technicality over this. Since the 5th kill was on a player res by Sage, some people are arguing that this is technically not an ace. But hey, I mean, an ace is an ace. Now it's time to introduce the players who have set new records. There's May, who brought DFM to the playoffs for the very first time in their team's history, who also secured highest ACS in a single map. In Group Stage Week 1 on Icebox against Zeta Division, he recorded a phenomenal ACS of 509. He smashed the previous record held by Buzz after 397 days. May's record-breaking run didn't stop there. He also shattered the record for highest season average ACS. The previous number 1 was RRQ's Jemkin with 257.4, but May broke it with 266.2 record. Now, if you think Jemkin's pride took a hit, that didn't happen at all, because he gave up his record for a different one instead. He took the number 1 spot for most kills per match. This stat calculates the average kills per match over a season. The title was previously held by Saya player with 37.6 kills. But Jemkin smashed it with a monster stat of over 50 kills per match. At this point, can anyone really deny that Jemkin is one of the best entry fraggers in Pacific? Aside from the records we introduced today, there were so many cool things that happened this year. The performance in 2025 by the rookies, the players making new history with new teams. It was truly a year filled with memorable moments. In 2026, we'll be welcoming brand new teams, the return of Nongshim, and of course, of our beloved Pacific teams as they sweat it out in their rebuilds. See you in 2026 for more VCT Pacific action.